Hey guys, how you all doing? Les here, 2 Hands Brewing. Yeah, so back again. Missed a week last week. I don't know if it was even noticed, but for those who maybe did, I apologise. Yes, again, not that you would have even probably noticed, but yes, it's actually pretty hard to keep this up. And I like to try to get a video out, every week, if possible. Last week just went, that quick. And then the weekend was here, and I had wedding and I had stuff on. I just couldn't do it. And yes, I had intentions of brewing as well. Weather wasn't great, and I just put it off. Procrastinated, and it just got too late because I'm going to do another triple. I figure if I'm going to do it, I might as well just do that now. I mean, it's not that much more difficult, really. I still have to transfer around on the system anyway and everything, so I might as well just do the 3. I can do 3 separate beers as well that way, so I can always have 3 different beers coming on rather than 2 of the same beer or whatever. So I'll now be brewing this weekend, guys. So there it all is. The next brew, 15 kilos of cracked grain there, which I need to use pretty soon. So this week, guys, I have something for you. So this is the New Zealand ESP. Hasn't quite cleared up yet, guys. If you can see, as we know, the lighting is terrible, but there it is. This is the Australian. They're all the same. Just recently kegged, so they're not going to be clear. Just for demonstration purposes. And this is the Tri-Nation ANZUS, whatever it's going to be. So if you can notice that straight away, these are actually a little bit different colour. So this, the ANZUS style, it's a little bit darker than the Australian. And the New Zealand, which are pretty much identical in colour, from what I can see anyway. I mean, they're going to alter the vigour of the boil and stuff, so there you go, guys, that's them anyway. So there we go, guys, it's a little bit better. New Zealand, Australian, ANZUS, Tri-Nation, come up with names. And yes, if you can tell there, different colours, I don't know. They need some conditioning time in the kegs and stuff anyway, before I'll get a true idea of exactly what they're like. They do say drink fresh, and this is fresh. So let's go straight into it, shall we? This is the New Zealand. Let's see how they turned out. Get an aroma on this. So the New Zealand, the aroma isn't big at all. Not a lot of citrus or definitely no sort of that citrus aromatic, and you get a lot. It's got a freshness to it. Hard to say exactly what the aroma is like, but it's not pungent. It's not dank, it's not pungent, it's more like a fresh, and I wouldn't say floral either. It's definitely a sweet freshness. I can't put my finger on it, to be honest, what actually the aroma is, but definitely not what I imagined. I'll get a taste of it. So it's very light bodied beer. So you don't get a lot in the way of real dominant hop, fruit flavours coming through. And it's quite dry actually in the back. Quite dry. Make sure you want to have another sip actually. Bit of toastiness as well in the back end, probably from the Pilsner malt, I imagine. This was just traditional ale, malt, Pilsner malt and caramel. But there's not a lot of sweetness or anything from the caramel. So yeah, that's definitely not what I was expecting at all in the way of flavour. It's very clean, very easy drinking. It would be a it's going to be a good summer beer, which it will be. Can't see that hanging around too long. Just not pungent or dank or big tropical fruits coming through on that. And yeah, the bitterness has a dryness to the end, but it doesn't really have a bitterness that's prominent. You mostly just get a flavour, flavour profile from this beer. Yeah, which isn't bad at all. Moving along, so it's a straight okay, let's get an aroma up straight away. Passion fruit, I would have to say, is the first flavour aroma that springs to mind, and it's also like a sweetness about it as well. Fresh, it's like a fresh fruit aroma. It smells absolutely delicious, and yeah, really, you almost can't wait to go in for a taste, which I can't wait for. Cheers, guys. So again, both very light bodied beers, very easy drinking, almost just wash over your palate. Definitely has a more in the way of flavour, still very dry. So not a lot in the way of sweetness. In flavour, that is. It's definitely a sweetness on the nose. You know, that sort of galaxy note that goes right through the palate all the way to the back, and it dries out. Yeah, again, leaves you wanting more. So yes, there you go, two very light bodied beers coming at 4%, these two beers. So this one differs from these two as in the way of gravity was 1050 instead of 1040. So you're looking at an extra percent, so this is about 5%. The ANZUS trination, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's get an aroma on the last, but hopefully not least. Okay, completely different in aromas, these beers. So this one has both of these beers hops in it, as well as Mosaic and Atunum in hop stand and in dry hop. So this beer was only dry hopped with Atunum and Mosaic. It was not dry hopped with either of the New Zealand's Kahatu, Waimea, Waiti and Rakau, or the Australian Topaz, Summer, Vic Secret and Galaxy. It did have all of them in it along the road. So this beer has Topaz, Vic Secret, Summer, Galaxy, Waimea, Waiti, Kahatu and Rakau, Atunum and Mosaic as well. So there's a lot of hops in this beer, 10 different varieties. Tropical sort of aroma that you get from Mosaic is coming through, but also some of that Atunum different. What springs to mind actually is Brewdog Punk in the aroma. That's just comes to mind anyway. I don't have a comparison at the moment, but so it's a lovely aroma. These two probably around the same in like amount of aroma that you get from them. Different obviously aromas, but they're quite reasonably strong in aroma. In New Zealand, there's very, very mild in the way of those fruity aromas coming off the top. I can't, for the life of me, pin what that aroma is. That reminds me of. But it is not sweet fruits, it is not tropical fruit, that's for sure. Cheers again, guys. Instantly notice the body. Definitely has more body in it. I'd say it's like a medium body. These are actually almost like light body beers. Very light in the way of body. Very small beers, and half the malt bill, grain bill, is Pilsner. This beer, you can see it is darker. And it had a load more hops in it too, so definitely more complex, I would say, in the flavours you get throughout the palate. Not so much what you get on the aroma really, completely throughout. It's got some more complexity, definitely some hop flavour complexity in comparison to those two beers. Still drying out. But doesn't seem to be as dry. A bit more juiciness to it. Yeah, not a lot in the way of sweetness. I mean, you get some hop sort of sweetness, but no sort of malty sweetness coming through. Which I imagine we'd get something from the caramels that was in these beers, the caramel. Pardon me. They're all very lightly carbonated, as you can see as well. I carbonate them all the same in the kegs. It's totally different. Wish I could pick it, but I cannot pick what that is. It's probably the easiest drinking of the beers, actually. Yes, more of a summer beer. So there's your 3 ESPs, which are all very sessionable. So it's more like ESPs, extra sessionable pale ales. If I had to choose a favourite though, I'm going to be totally honest, I figured that the ANZUS style would be my favourite because of the American hop varieties in there. Very partial to American hop varieties. And then I would have imagined that the New Zealand, from all the descriptors for the hops. Not really getting much of that in that beer though. For a 300 gram hopped 20 litre batch. Yeah. So you're looking at 300, say 350 and 400 grams. So in the way of hops, this has the most amount of hops in it by a good 50 grams. And it's a bigger beer. And that passion fruit is basically the sort of major sort of tone that goes right through the palate on that beer, through to the end where it sort of dries out a bit. But it's not as strong of a flavour as you get in the ANZUS style. And then the New Zealand I don't know what it is. It is nice though. Whatever that flavour is. It is like, it's a sweet flavour, but the beer is quite dry. So I guess before you would perceive it maybe as being a sweet sort of fruit or candy or something. It dries quite a lot too. Quite dry. Which again makes you want more. So there you have it, guys. 3 SPs, different hops, New Zealand, Australian, and a mixture of New Zealand, Australian and American hops together. My favourite, personally, hard one, probably between Australia and the Tri-Nation. Love that passion fruit flavour that's in the Australian. Yeah, it's a nice flavour. New Zealand, still very good though. It's really, really easy drinking. Would probably be the preference on, like an easy drinking summer beer. But still has flavour as well. To celebrate that, I have this. This is the Jeffries Russian Imperial Stout. It's a good, maybe going on 4 months old now, I'd say. Just been aging in the keg. and it did sit on the Johnny Walker Double Black soaked oak staves. It did sit on those for, I think it was about a month. Can't see any light coming through there, or there's no real hints at the bottom. It's basically opaque, I'd say. Yeah. Cheers to brewing great beers. Wow. The lingering chocolate aftertaste. That still hasn't changed from memory from when I tried this, as I transferred it from the fermenter to age it. Has that, sort of chewy dark chocolate. When you eat a piece of dark chocolate, that stays in your mouth, trying to get out of your teeth and whatnot. And that smokiness is there as well. Scotchy. Has quite a bit going on. This is a very young 10.5, close to 11% Russian Imperial Stout. So there you go, guys. Cheers. Brew great beers. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.